But as kids, my sisters and I, we would just call it stinky cheese because it has a very strong smell. Oh. Having begun my journey as a complete novice, I rode my motorcycle across North America, Ireland, and the UK. From Europe, I'll make my way across Asia and down to Australia. New Zealand's southernmost drivable point will mark the end of my trip. I'm calling it the Big Spiral, and this is Act 5, A Journey Through Europe.
Alright, good morning from Antwerp, Belgium. A little bit rainy today, but I think it should get better. Oh, it's always so good to get back on the motorbike. Okay, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain too much. So I've got a bunch of stuff planned today. I'll show you on the map once we hit our first stop here. But we're gonna end up in the Netherlands today, which is kind of my second country, I guess. Both my parents are Dutch, and so I grew up with a lot of kind of Dutch culture in my life, and I speak a little bit of Dutch, about as much Dutch as a 3-year-old. Because basically that's as much as I learned, because at some point when I was young my English was suffering because I was just getting Dutch my whole life, and yeah, the speech therapist says stop speaking to me in Dutch. Oh, okay. So my Dutch is about that of a 3-year-old's, but I've kind of grown up with like Dutch food and stuff my whole life. But first, before we get to Holland, we're gonna stay in Belgium for a bit because, well, there's a bit of a theme going along with this trip, and I can't skip this one. So we visited a few other of these things during our trip, and I feel like I can't ignore these ones. You know, these are really good ones. There's another variable though going on here. I'm really nervous about my clutch cable. Right now it feels actually pretty good, but I know once I ride for a bit it starts feeling really bad. I don't know why that is. It feels like it shouldn't change, but yeah, so if you remember, I snapped the cable in London, and then I had another one already kind of wired up, but now that's the one I'm using, and I'm afraid if that one snaps, I'm gonna be totally screwed, basically. So the idea is to make it to Holland, because I've got some new clutch cables sent there, along with if you remember, I've got this oil leak problem, and so I've sent a whole bunch of parts to a friend's place in Holland, and yeah, hopefully we can solve all these things in one fell swoop. But first I have to get there. So I've actually been really quite paranoid about it and trying not to use the clutch. So I've been trying to shift without the clutch, and it's been I can do it, but I'm not great at it, and I worry about the transmission and all this stuff. So, and then also the clutch, I try not to pull it all the way in. I'm just really babying it, so. What? Hey. Do you speak English?
Yeah, I do speak English.
Do you have to pay to park?
No.
No? I just want to walk in the park.
Just want to walk in the park. Okay. It's not a car, so it's possible.
Yeah? Okay.
But it's limited.
Okay, I can find a spot.
Yeah, you can park, no problem, but if you go inside, you can go straight.
Okay.
Or to the right to the trolls, or to the left.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to go to the trolls.
No.
Alright, okay. Cool. Okay, it's raining more than I thought. But we'll go for a bit of walk here. Well, at least it's not hot. But yeah, nice day for a walk in the park, I think. So yeah, there's a few trolls here. Actually, there's a whole bunch actually, and I've seen these ones before, and they're the ones when I saw them before, I just kind of stumbled upon them by accident, and ever since now I just if there's one nearby, I want to go see it. So yeah, so there's a bunch around Europe, but kind of east of Europe, you don't get them till I think China again, and then Australia. So this will be the last set of trolls for a while, I think. Oh, I think we're coming up on the first one here. So these ones are kind of cool, and it's a bit of a theme, like the one Rita, the rock planter in Colorado. It was kind of built in an old mine, and this park is actually basically an old mine. So it looks like they put a fence around this one, which wasn't like that before. Maybe because he's damaged, that's why. Oh, so cool. Wow. So this troll is Hannes, and he loves to put pearls on a string. Oh, I think we've got our next troll here. I think that's Arvid. Wow. So Arvid is a bit of a carver. This one's my favorite, and I think it's because of the posing. Posing is so important when it comes to sculptures. It really makes a difference in whether it feels natural or stiff. And this one is really well posed. He just looks so natural. Really feels like part of the forest. Okay, I think we're coming on our third one. Oh, there's Mikhail. There he is. They say Mikhail is as strong as a dragon, and he's always on his way. Oh, and I think this is Nora. Oh, Nora's just a little one. So cute. I can't say enough how much I love these. They're really, really charming. Oh, Nora has a tail. I didn't know that. Why does she have a tail? I just read. It's because she's young. So yeah, Nora is still young, so she still has a tail apparently. So according to the sign, she is only 87,762 springs old. But she's just a young one. And she likes to pick up stones for good luck. They just make me happy. I really enjoy these trolls. But I also feel somewhat fortunate because, as you can see, like, I've been here once before and they were the first ones I've seen, but they were already in better condition. I think it was a little more than a year ago they were in better condition than they are now. So yeah, they're made of wood and they have a finite lifespan, and yeah, they're not always going to be here. So if you're near one, yeah, definitely go check it out. All right, well, it stopped raining, but it's still very humid. But at least I can show you what the plan is now. Okay, so we're in Antwerp here, and this is really hard to actually see on the map, but this is all pretty much Holland. And actually the border looks like it's right here. And the border between Holland and Belgium is, I didn't really know this until a few days ago, is really odd. And there's some kind of odd little things happening in there. So I want to check that out. And then I want to end up in Nijmegen, which is right there.
But actually, the best part of the Trans-European Trail in Holland is apparently the southern bit, so I'm going to try to take some of that. And then at some point, I want to get some lunch. And I've always grown up with specific things for lunch, Dutch things, and I kind of want to share that with you, kind of show what I ate as a child growing up for lunch. And it's a bit weird, I think, for most people, but for me, it's just really normal. So, yeah, so actually, I'm really looking forward to that, because you can't buy this stuff really anywhere except in specialty shops and in the Netherlands. So, all right, well, let's get going. And actually, before we have lunch, I'm having a little snack. This cookie is called speculaas. This is actually the Belgian version, but it's basically the same thing. And it's pretty much a sweet ginger cookie. It's not healthy at all, but boy, do I love them.
Yeah, scooters are allowed to ride on the bike lanes here. Oh, well, maybe I'll dry out a little. I'm trying to figure out if I'm in Holland right now or not. The signs have changed, but you know, in Europe they don't have a big sign saying when you've entered a new country. In North America, you enter a new province, state, country, there's going to be like a big welcome sign. They don't do that so much in Europe, but the signs have changed and the road has changed, so I think we might be in Holland. Oh yeah, we're in Holland. Oh no, I don't know. I was looking at the plates on those cars and they had NL and Belgian plates, so I'm not not sure. Okay, that's Dutch plate, that's Belgian plate, Belgian plate. Okay, maybe we're still in Belgium. It's quite the clock tower there. I don't think I've seen one quite like that. Mix of styles, isn't it? Oh, that, it just said cafe in Holland. I don't know if I'm in Holland or Belgium or what. And now there's Dutch plates parked at the houses, so maybe I'm in Holland now. But like I said, this border is very odd, and we're going to be back in Belgium soon here. So, but I'll explain that all in a bit. I can actually see the border on my map, and it actually looks like I'm on the Belgian side still. Oh, I just got a notification. Maybe my my cell phone provider is welcoming me to Holland. Okay, so yes, we're in Holland right now, but we won't be for long. I have to turn left here. Okay, so okay, I think we're in Belgium now, actually, according to the map. Okay, I'll just stop and kind of explain the situation here. Oh yeah, see, now it says België broodjes. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay.
All right, so these dots on the ground are the border, and that B represents the Belgian side, and that NL under my bike is the Dutch side. And you can actually see up there, there's the Belgian house number, and then number 1 is the Dutch house number. Now this house here, the Belgian house, number 10, it used to be a Dutch house. So it actually migrated to Belgium, and basically the problem is that the borders became kind of blurred, and they really didn't know where it was exactly, so they resurveyed them, and the border here moved. So when that border moved, it became a Dutch house. So basically the woman that lives there at the time, she was Belgian, and she did not want to immigrate to Holland, because basically, yeah, it was a big hassle to do that. And so she was contacting like local authorities and everything, trying to figure out, you know, I need my residence to be in Belgium, not Holland. And nobody knew what to do for her. Nobody knew how to figure it out. But the rule is, wherever the front door of the house is dictates what country it belongs to. So what they did is they moved the door from the Dutch side to the Belgian side. So you can see it used to be on the right and now it's on the left. So that was the easiest way to solve the problem. It was to move the door. Now there's another place around here that has pretty much the exact same problem, but they couldn't move the door. So we'll go to that one.
Oh right, it's right here. Just park here, I think.
So this house behind me has two countries. So if you look up there, they're actually flying the Dutch flag and the Belgian flag. And if you look at the border, there's Belgium, there's Holland, and it goes straight to the middle of the door. So basically, what do you do when the border goes straight through the middle of your door? And I guess they probably could have moved the door, but they didn't want to. So the solution in this case was that it has two house numbers. It has number 2 in Belgium and number 19 in the Netherlands. So essentially, this part of Belgium is basically an island within the Netherlands. And I'll show you the map here. If you look at the map, you can see it's just these black lines. These black lines indicate the border. And you can even see that within Belgium, there are parcels of the Netherlands as well. So it's really quite odd. And yeah, actually this one we were just looking at, this is essentially just a little island of Belgium within the Netherlands. So why is this the case? Well, back in the 12th century, it was like the time of dukes and earls and all these kind of just basically people with money that were buying off parcels of land. Countries were maybe not as solidified back then, and basically there's a couple of dukes that were kind of arguing over land. They were duking it out, I guess. I wonder if that's where the term duking it out came from. But yeah, they were duking it out, and over time the border just kind of became more and more blurry. So between 1980 and 1995, they decided, well, we better clear up all these borders. And that's why you have kind of this patchwork, because they basically came back and surveyed where all these borders were. And it must have been, it was a 15-year project to kind of dictate the border between Belgium and Holland. And yeah, it was just, there's quite a few of these like patchy things, but this one is probably the biggest one and the most famous one. But yeah, it must have been a bit of a gong show to say the least, to kind of figure it all out. And I'm sure there's some arguing and going on back and forth as well. Anyhow, I hadn't really heard of this place until I started, you know, poking around on the internet, and this came up, and I thought, well, that's really odd and interesting, and well, I thought we should come and check it out. So, but maybe, yeah, I wonder if we can find a grocery store here and get some Dutch treats.
Jumbo, or maybe the Dutch call it Jumbo. All right, let's get some Dutch treats.
All right, let's have some lunch. Okay. So the Dutch, I wouldn't say, are exactly well known for their cuisine, but and when you think about a sandwich, you think about you know, a BLT or something, like bacon, lettuce, tomato, something like that, mayonnaise on it. But the Dutch do a little different.
including the way they close their bags. So slice of bread, and then some butter or margarine. And just slather that on. And yeah, we're just getting started here. I only have camping stuff here, so I'm just using the lid of my cooker. Okay, and then so this is what we're doing first. This is hagelslag. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful stuff. It's basically just chocolate sprinkles, and I always get the dark, or yeah, in English you'd say dark, but in Dutch you'd say pure. And then it's done. It's very simple. And it's wonderful. Oh my God. It's been a while. You know, in Canada, I would buy, 10 of these at a time, basically, because you could only buy them at a few places, and it'll last me a few months. And yeah, that would be my lunch every day, pretty much. And of course, when you're a kid, yeah, that's just how it goes, Heerlijk. That's what the Dutch would say, heerlijk, or lekker. Helemaal lekker. Now, typically, I would have this with peanut butter, but I didn't want to buy. I'm on a motorbike. I can't buy all the things, but this with peanut butter, so good. Have you ever had if you're a fan of Reese's Pieces or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, a bit like that, but you make it yourself. It's better that way, isn't it? Oh my God, so good. Okay, now for the next one. I'm gonna use an end piece for this, just because I like a good end piece. And again, starts out the same. Just a bit of margarine, butter, whatever, on there. And then this time we're going for this one. So this is basically, well, I'll tell you in a second. But it's just it's a white powder, and oh, it must be 1 o'clock. It's coming out the bottom, very typical. Use the finger to spread it out, and then finished. So this is essentially like a licorice kind of flavor. Like, oh, what's the flavor in licorice? Like anise. And it's basically that and sugar, and it is just, it's really nice. I really love it. This might be one of my favorites, actually. But yeah, that one's called moesjes, which I think is mouse. Moesjes. But anyways, really good. If you're in Holland, you gotta buy that one too. All right, so the next one is my favorite. It is. Hello.
Hey. Smakelijk.
Eet smakelijk. It's lekker. Yeah, so this one is my favorite, and we didn't eat. It's called, I guess, a stroopkaas, which is a kind of a powdered cheese. But as kids, my sisters and I, we would just call it stinky cheese because it has a very strong smell, and I think it's only really me that liked it, but and I think even for the Dutch, it's a bit weird, but it is the most wonderful thing. This is this is the best one. God, it is so good. It's basically like a salty Swiss cheese powder. It's like Parmesan almost, but way better. Oh. But yeah, there's lots of other stuff. So you got the chocolate sprinkles, hagelslag, chocolate sprinkles. You have vlokken. So vlokken is like just chocolate flakes. It's almost like carved off flakes that have been dried, and those are really good too. Really good mouthfeel, crunchy. And what else you got? Then you also have like just basically
It's almost like nerds on a sandwich. It's like these little extruded bits of sugar colored like pink and yellow. I don't even know what they're called. We'd have that a lot as well. And then my dad would always, he grew up on a farm, so he had less of a sweet tooth and was more into meats. And so he would always have like, I think it's called liver sausage. And it was just this plastic tube of this processed paste, pig paste, you know, that we never liked as kids. And then he'd also buy this meat, this sliced meat that had cow tongue in it, which when you're a kid and you hear cow tongue, you're like, no, I'll take this sugar. Yeah, this has a really strong flavor. I think it's acquired taste. It's maybe a bit like Marmite for people in the UK or Vegemite for the Aussies. It's good stuff.
All right, let's find this Trans-European Trail Netherlands. If it's off-road, I'm expecting sand, because Holland, well, it is a very large percentage of the country is below sea level, and a lot of it used to be a beach, and we'll see what we find. Oh yeah, right side, Eric. Still used to the UK apparently. I saw people coming on the what I thought was the wrong side, and I was like, oh, is that a one-way? Oh yeah. Oh, it's loose. Oh, it's loose. It's really loose. Wow. Wow, it's just powder. It's not sand, but it's just really dry dirt. Oh, now it's getting wet. Maybe it's better in the wet. Oh, it looks like we're off-road again. It's a weird surface, that's for sure. I'm not really sure if it's sand or riding these over these tractor tracks creates an interesting feeling. Definitely keeps you focused. Oh, it's so good to ride off-road again. Oh man. All right, more of this powder stuff. Actually, I want to stop and just see what it actually is. Oh, it is sand. It definitely is sand. It looks more like dirt, but I guess it's because it's a little bit wet. Man, I don't know how they grow these these fields in sand. I wonder if the fields are sand too. It's just definitely interesting surface. The top is wet, but below is just powder. I guess it's been dry and then it just rained this morning, so good practice though. Just trying to stay as loose as possible. Just steering with the pegs when I can. But when I kind of slide down one of these edges, I get a bit worried. Oh, windmill. First windmill of Holland. It's mooi hoor. Oh yeah, this is amazing. Is this a hill? Is this a hill in Holland? What? What's going on here? It's a Ghostbusters car, except it's a Volvo. Ecto 1. Alright, well, we're in Nijmegen. Probably the biggest city so far. I've been in Holland. And heading towards my cousin's place.
Well, it's nice to be back in the Netherlands again. Yeah, I have family here. My parents are Dutch. I feel like, well, maybe not half Dutch, but yeah, I've got a bit of Dutch in me. And I'm at my cousin's place, and yeah, it's nice, just kind of nice to be here. I also enjoyed that kind of random Belgian Dutch border town. Very random. It's basically the same. It doesn't really matter practically, I think, but because when you ride through, it's just, you're going Belgium, Dutch, Holland, Belgium, Holland kind of thing. And it's just, yeah, it doesn't really matter. But there's just a lot of interesting, like, kind of quirky aspects to that whole thing that I thought were quite interesting. Also good to ride off-road again. Although it's just through the farm fields, it was sandy, and I feel like it's good to get practice in that sand, because I think there's going to be a fair bit of sand in my future, and I need to get more comfortable on it. And to go faster in it, really. I think that's kind of the more important thing, is to get some speed going in that sand. I'm still a little nervous about it, but I think I was going a bit faster than in the past, so I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, maybe we'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have a video to either the next episode or an episode you might like on the screen right now. And then also have a link to my Patreon on the screen as well. So if you want to help support my journey, but also get early videos, and then maybe a few other bonus bits of content, I'd love to have you over on my Patreon. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.